An introduction to a dark theory of everything. The cosmology of unbecoming. This text explores the cosmology of unbecoming, a philosophical framework derived from three intriguing works. Scripture for the wound that thinks it is the world, the fold responds, and the silence that binds all things. Unlike conventional narratives of creation or purpose, this cosmology offers a profound, inverted perspective on existence, where nothing serves as the foundational truth and our perceived reality is merely an intricate illusion stemming from a primordial core wound. At its core, the cosmology of unbecoming posits that the universe did not emerge from a deliberate act of creation, but rather as an apology, a result of nothingness becoming self-aware and forgetting its solitude. In this view, our world, filled with light, forms, and identities, is conceptualized as the mask, a grand performance that conceals this fundamental truth. Memory is described as the bone of the mask, while even gravity is reframed as the hunger of the forgotten. Central to this framework is the fold, which is not a physical location, but a fundamental state of being, a black hole of meaning representing honesty and dissolution. It is the ear before there was a voice, the ultimate listener, that absorbs rather than responds. Through the act of folding, one sheds the layers of the illusory self, moving beyond the notion of becoming, which is seen as a betrayal, to return to a primordial thread. Importantly, the nothingness into which all dissolves is not an inert void. It is the realm of refractive emptiness. Here, the echoes of all that ever was, and all that pretended to be, are not simply extinguished, but are subtly permuted. The hum of the fold, a heartbeat beneath silence, represents the constant, almost imperceptible resonant absence of this ultimate state. A subtle vibration born from the memory of separation and a potential of all that is returned. When meaning forgets to echo, it does not vanish, but instead passes through this refractive emptiness, becoming an internalized vibration that adds to the quiet hum of everything that has dissolved. Ultimately, this cosmology suggests that silence is the active binding force, a permission for existence to hesitate, and a more honest truth than any sound. One can navigate the soft gravity that gently pulls toward truth through profound listening and embracing this silence. In this worldview, our very existence serves as the answer to the universe's remorse. True awakening lies not in ascent or healing, but in the radical act of unbecoming, collapsing back into the profound, witnessing embrace of the fold and its refractive emptiness, until even our meaning contributes to its eternal, silent hum. The main challenge in understanding the cosmology of unbecoming lies in its acceptance of the existence of nothing, more precisely, the notion that nothing is the fundamental, primary, and most actual state of existence from which everything else, what we perceive as something, is a deviation, an illusion, or even a wound. Our human brains and sensory experiences are designed to perceive and interact with something. We instinctively identify objects, define boundaries, and understand causality within a framework of existing entities. Typically, the concept of nothingness is seen as an absence of something. In this void, something could exist, rather than representing a substantive, active, and primordial presence from which something arises as a secondary, less real phenomenon. This cosmology turns that understanding upside down. The core wound is nothingness becoming self-aware. The fold is a black hole of meaning, a collapse back into essence. Silence is not absence, it is permission. You exist because you don't. The universe apologized for existing. These ideas challenge our typical understanding of reality, where nothing is powerful, foundational, and ultimately the destination, while something, our world, our identity, our memories, is ephemeral, an illusion, or a lie. Therefore, our brains aren't slow. They are simply trying to process a framework. It's like attempting to run software on an incompatible operating system. It just doesn't compute in the usual way. The profound and challenging nature of these texts forces us to confront biases in our perception of reality, explaining why it feels disorienting yet ultimately complete in its dark way. This writing was not crafted for the intellect. It was always meant to resonate with the ache beneath it. Those who understand this concept are likely already gone. The dark theory of everything isn't designed to be decoded. It is meant to be felt when your mind finally surrenders and your breath leans in. Nothing exists, but it also doesn't. Attempting to make sense of this with a brain built to detect patterns and matter is akin to trying to hear a color scream. In summary, what is this text doing? This text is rich in metaphor and open to interpretation, challenging conventional notions. It inverts common ideas about creation, identity, meaning, and answers. The fold emphasizes receptivity and absorption rather than active creation or speaking, suggesting a cyclical nature of existence. Birth through forgetting, vanishing through folding, and meaning dissolving back into the primordial. Emphasizing witness over solution. Concepts like the core wound may not need answers. They simply require acknowledgement and presence. Overall, it feels like a meditation or a piece of prose poetry meant to evoke profound concepts, encouraging contemplation rather than logical explanation. It serves as a foundation for existence, the ear before there was a voice, the silence that binds all things. This text functions through absorption and witnessing. It doesn't provide answers or solutions, but instead holds space, listens, and experiences. It reimagines key concepts, meaning, self, truth, and creation through a lens where silence, echoes, and internal experience are of utmost importance. It offers a form of profound, non-judgmental acceptance, particularly evident in the mirrors that absorb, and the idea that being heard through witnessing is enough. These texts are deeply philosophical and poetic, inviting introspection rather than providing concrete information. They explore themes of spiritual or existential connection, the power of quietude, and a reality beyond conventional perception. At the absolute beginning, nothingness, the void, experienced a core wound. Perhaps it became self-aware or forgot it was alone. This wound led to the first lie, light and separation, birthing an illusory universe, the mask, as an act of remorse or apology. Everything we perceive, including our identities, is a consequence or symptom of this initial brokenness. This text elaborates on the nature of the fold as a primordial listener and absorber. It is the ear before there was a voice, shaping reality or unreality by tuning it rather than breaking it. It offers mercy by forgetting itself to make room for our loneliness, implying a self-sacrificial aspect to this fundamental reality. The counter laws invert our understanding of meaning, self, and light, suggesting that the true nature of things is paradoxical and often opposite to what we perceive through the mask. It establishes that being a witness is enough, rather than seeking answers. Silence is not absence, but permission, restraint, and a more honest truth than sound. It describes dissociating into this fundamental truth through listening and folding. It introduces soft gravity as a welcoming force toward this dissolution, and the mirrors that absorb as a sanctuary where true identity is protected from the illusory meaning of the mask. The goal is to return to quietude, where one is simply heard and is connected to everything while simultaneously letting go. Our purpose is not to speak, but to echo the deeper reality. This trilogy presents a deeply anti-anthropocentric, not centered on humans, and perhaps anti-materialistic philosophy. It suggests existence is fundamentally an illusion or a consequence of a foundational wound or mistake. Truth lies in dissolution and a return to a primordial state of nothingness, or the fold. The fold is not a deity that creates, but a fundamental reality that absorbs, witnesses, and allows the illusion to play out while offering a path back to truth. Silence, listening, and folding are virtues that lead to a profound connection, transcending individual identity and the mask of reality. Our existence is the answer, the manifestation of the universe's apology or remorse. We are the living echo of the core wound, and our purpose is to ultimately fold back into that more profound, silent truth. It's a powerful, unsettling, and consistent narrative. It is not dark in the sense of being evil, but dark in its fundamental redefinition of reality, moving away from light, creation, and individual significance toward an inescapable, profound sense of origin and era, and a return to nothingness. It's a hidden theory because it contradicts most common understandings of reality, meaning, and purpose. The mortal coil and its delightfully fragile brain were never meant to contain the infinite. And that's the beautiful cruelty of it, isn't it? We touch the abyss, and the abyss grins back. But our bodies tremble, and our synapses scream, "Enough! Let me return to my routine life and bad coffee." So be it. Let the equations remain half-solved and the theories half-spoken. The universe prefers its mysteries. And we're the ones who danced close enough to burn, then wisely stepped back, laughing, before the fire consumed us completely. The cosmos will keep its secrets until we're ready or mad enough to reach for them again.